it up.
All right, we're back, motherfuckers.
What's up?
Yes, we are.
Here we are.
Yes,
all
we're
got
back.
cold.
We're back for another episode of Bikes and Brews.
Wow, that was a weird inflection.
I did. Yeah,
What are we talking about
I don't
today?
know
I like
where
it.
it came from, but
I like it.
anyways.
You're trying it
and
out.
Yeah, who the fuck
on
are
this
we?
far side, we have
Ryan.
Los.
Los. I'm Carl, hostess with the mostest.
I'm RJ.
Jackhammer.
And when our powers
Raging.
combine, we're boring.
We're old and nobody wants to hear what we have to say.
Yeah, I don't know why we're doing this, but here we are.
So we're gonna drink this other Korean beer in a
Yeah.
second. But before that, before we get too into that off the bat, the cycling topic for this one is what injuries, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cycling injuries that we've had and experienced. We're gonna talk a little bit about that.
right.
Dangers of sport. But looping back around to this beer,
What you got
we've
here?
got another
Another-
Kumiho.
Another Kumiho.
This is an IPA.
Wow.
Thank you, RJ.
I
not
hope
the
there's
same
none
out.
of that in this beer.
You never know.
I genuinely hope there's none of that.
All right, this is South Korea's version.
Whoa!
Oh, hello!
But RJ,
Hello!
suck on it. What is happening?
I'm not. I haven't opened it. That was just all the shit that came out of the top.
Mine?
I didn't want to make a mess.
Okay,
I
so
totally
I'm an
made a
adult.
mess. What just happened?
you know what? Who shook these on the plane over from South Korea? That's what I want to know.
and the tab didn't work all that great. God dang it!
That's all you
You
say.
got a gooey hoed. RJ, that's the perfect
Are
time.
these
Do it.
these are joke beers? Is that what it is?
Oh, we need a towel or something.
Yeah.
Cutting in front of camera.
Yes,
Wait,
coming-
oh, I can feel it.
yes, it's coming through.
It's touching me.
I can feel it.
That's what she said.
Well,
It's bumming me out.
it's got a good head on it.
Yes, thank you.
That's all head.
This is bad news right here.
What would we do without you?
Kill me.
What, you don't like head, RJ?
That's not what I said.
Yeah, I can. Yo, you know what?
Those words did not come out of my mouth.
It's right on the seam.
Yeah.
What just happened?
Gumiho.
Yes.
Gumiho.
All right. One more set. I'm sticky as. I'm gonna be sticky as hell now.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Shall I go get some warm
Yes.
wet wipes for you?
I think we'll be okay.
you're now the hostess with the moistest.
I am the hostess.
Very good.
Woo! All right, let's give this a swig. Look how good your pour is.
Nothing.
Yeah, look how in the glass it is.
Wet wipe.
Wet wipe. I like wet
that's
wipes.
wet-
Oh
yes.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Gasam. Thank you.
I feel like I'm in first. The air stewardess in first class.
It was for my hands, right?
Asukar.
Jesus.
Unbilingual.
What you got? I want to smell
I like the
this.
smell of this.
I know, I'm not either.
Oh.
It's smelling funky again. What is that
I
artificial?
smell coffee. I smell like
tea.
You smell tea? I smell coffee. This is a weird smelling
It's
IPA.
bad. That's what.
This is a weird.
Whoa! What is that? What is that?
That is a
tried
weird
it
smelling
South-
IPA.
That's a South Korean Indian Pale Ale. Via Zimbabwe.
You're not even drinking the beer.
I can't get to it.
Get this man a straw. Get him a straw.
I need a fork or something.
Put your finger
Yeah, you poured that so good.
It's because I didn't get it on the table, you stupid
Okay.
fuck. I can't wait for you to edit this and look back and be like, wow, look at Ryan being smart, putting the shit in the cup.
You were
No,
pretty-
I wouldn't go that
You
far.
were,
I
you were
wouldn't
pretty
not go
quick.
that far.
You were pretty quick on it.
Well, he had a warning.
Yeah, that's
the only
yeah.
reason.
It's like he knew. Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna throw this out there. It's not as bad as I
Okay.
thought it was gonna be.
Okay.
Super
Probably my least
caramelly.
favorite IPA.
It's artificial again, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the what do you think the alcohol by volume?
6.
6.5.
Okay.
We're going Price is Right rules again.
6.3.
Okay.
6.
6T.
6.3.
6.T.
6.
6. Very good. 6.3. You nailed it.
Wow,
nice, Carl.
damn it.
I thought I snapped.
It's when it hits your leg that you can tell exactly
Totally.
the ABV.
when it hits your crotch.
yeah, when you get a
It
wet
bubbles
crotch
up
full
on
of,
there.
full of. So what are the tasting notes on this thing? Because it smells weird.
It's definitely hoppy.
It's kind of malty.
Yeah, malty.
A little bit malty.
Caramelly.
It definitely has that same branded artificial taste going on.
As the other.
It's got to survive
The
the
other
trip over the Pacific
Kumiho,
somehow.
yeah. But not maybe as much. The smell was the put me off.
It's got a lot of head
Yeah.
to it.
The smell of it put me off at first, for sure.
So don't smell it, just drink it.
Just go right in.
Just go-
right in.
Find $1.
Maybe because my table smells really good right now. Because it's everywhere right
It's
now.
everywhere. This is not
And the
good.
smell's not getting better. The smell's not getting better.
Have you tasted it yet?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, you guys are getting pulled over.
It's
on the drive.
inoffensive for an IPA. It doesn't
say
taste
what
like
kind of
lawn
hops
clippings until it has a little bit of finish note there.
Oh. Artificial lawn clippings, AstroTurf.
There are
clippings.
things I like about it, but it's offset by things I don't like about it.
Wow, that's
Okay.
really Jones.
No, because it is
Like what?
complex.
Yeah, okay.
But the artificial taste and smell and everything is stronger than like that. I like some of the hoppiness and the body and everything that's going on.
Yeah, it's just not very earthy. It sounds like it just sounds.
It's got a hoppy body. Does that mean it's bouncy?
I'm tasting a little bit of tea again,
more tea.
but more hops. Wait, this is.
Oh,
I mean,
for an
obviously.
IPA, it's super light.
BT.
Well, I don't know about that.
It doesn't have like that bitter lasting.
Yes, it does.
Well,
To
it
me.
has some bitterness, but it's not like
Doesn't taste like a double IPA for sure.
it's not old Rasputin.
It doesn't say
No, it's
anything
not.
about.
It's not all Rasputin.
It doesn't say anything about
Hops.
artificial hops or artificial flavors. But yeah,
The Korean can probably is more descriptive.
yeah, probably.
Interesting can.
If only I read Korean.
Is that a label this time again or no? No, it's not. It's wait.
It's kind of a label.
No, it's printed.
Yeah. Oh, I think labels are printed.
Well, you know, what I mean.
Do you know somebody?
It's
who can
not a
verify
sticker
that
put on.
claim?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it is.
Maybe they.
Maybe it is.
Yeah, well,
somebody painstakingly paints that on every single.
Absolutely.
minute.
Yeah, that's what I was
got
just
a,
doing.
uh,
Stupid.
Let's see
Got
what
an
it.
edge.
Let's see what it really
is
is.
Might be a
this, what are we doing right now?
I know.
Why?
What?
What's the
What
point?
is the point of this? Oh, you got a sticker off.
Okay.
It's a can.
Oh, still?
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna get a reveal.
All right.
There's gonna be a fact.
Argyle.
It's actually Coors Light.
Man down. What was that?
Did you hit Mao?
Did you hit Mal?
No, I hit the votive candle.
Anyways,
That was a damn. That
Are
was
we gonna rate that
offensive.
or what?
Mal right here.
Did we rate
Well, we're
that?
not getting sponsored by the U.S. government now.
Are we rating that thing or what?
It's not Putin.
We didn't rate.
Sorry.
We haven't rated this yet. Okay.
Rate it.
Start on this side.
5.
Oh wow, you're way down there.
Not that good.
I'm
I
not
figured
that
you'd
stoked
go
on
with
it.
5 also. Obviously, you haven't rated it yet, but based on your description, I was thinking 5.
The
Well-
last Kumiho, he was lower than me too by a point.
Okay, so you're going 6.
6.2.
Okay.
I reserved that point two just to spite you.
Got it.
It's for Mal.
Yeah.
The point two's for Mal.
Well,
This is gonna go all sorts of weird on people's algorithm. It's these guys are talking about bikes and brews and Mao, and it's not making any sense.
Mal
And an Irish red.
And so what?
We're just all sorts of tax dodgery.
What did you rate your beer?
You weren't listening.
6.2.
6.2.
Okay, I was just checking.
Sure.
I'll give it like a 6.5 just to
6.5.
just to give 0.3 for
The other
Carl.
Kumiho, you were at what, 9?
Yeah, that was probably the best I've tried.
Yeah.
believe it.
That's
Korean
the best
beer
you've had
fan.
with South Korean.
Yeah,
There
he
you
likes
go.
the South Koreans.
There you go. Well, I have something from Athletic Brewing Company called the.
What did you say first?
Athletic. I have something.
You said mouth. Anyways, go ahead.
I have something.
He has them out
I
also.
have something from Athletic Brewing Company that I brought. It's an Irish red.
Okay.
So,
we're
we're
almost at
gonna-
St. Patrick's Day, by the way.
That's right. So we're gonna give this a
Almost
shot.
there. You're gonna give this a shot.
Yeah.
I might sip it at the camera.
I have some for everybody if you wanna. It doesn't really smell like anything.
It smells like an ashtray.
oh, spit take.
Mid swig.
Does it
It
smell
smells
like
like a Vegas casino.
or an
kinda-
Irish bog?
It kind of tastes like a Vegas casino.
You know, like a carpet that you've been trying to like.
Sure.
carpet machine, but-
I feel like I'm about to hit the slots. That's a.
I'm feeling nostalgic.
Slots.
Slots.
Yeah, that does taste like a casino in like 1997.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, that's interesting.
I can't really.
Yeah, you get the
Tints
cigarette
of
butts.
Marlboro.
Yeah, that's not good. Also,
Half a pack of Newports.
that's industrial carpet. I think
Yes.
it's coming through.
Yeah, real
Industrial
thin.
carpet.
Real-
smell.
real
Yes,
thin.
Yes, no clocks
Thin
on the
carpet.
wall. Yeah,
Yeah, lights on
Notes
all
of
the
smoke.
time.
Notes of neon lighting.
That's kind of weird.
that is a weird one.
I
Yeah.
love how I'm not
Oh.
the beer person, but you fucking
Yeah.
nailed it.
Try that.
Okay.
All right, do you?
This is horrible. Try some.
Well, you start this off. 'cause
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know. I
we
can't
didn't
even.
rate it. We haven't done good about rating it on non-alcoholics.
No, I know, but
8-year-old showgirls.
but this is-
cigarettes. and
this one's
perfect weed.
it's really
Cured
different.
meats.
It's really
Oh my god. That's the worst thing I ever put in my mouth.
no. I really but there is like taste of tobacco. Like it's really odd.
Well, that's the Irish part.
Is it?
That's the Vegas part.
I it I
I
don't
huh?
like this.
This
I don't-
isn't an Irish red. This is a Vegas black.
Yeah.
Irish style red.
I don't think. No.
I don't think they've been to Ireland.
I don't.
wanna-
It doesn't bum me out as much as I thought it would.
Oh really?
It's not
RJ
good.
RJ disagrees with that one.
Yeah, it's
What do you got, RJ? What are you thinking?
on that
Yes.
0.1.
That's the lowest rating.
That's how much alcohol there's in it.
Zero.
Did we have two ratings though? Like how compared
No,
to
but, this
regular beer
is, no,
versus
but
non?
RJ's rating right now is different. This is like the difference between leaving your family nothing when you die and leaving them a penny. If you leave them a penny,
It's out of
you
spite.
don't give
It's
them
out of
the
spite.
opportunity
It's
to
out of
think they were
spite.
forgotten about.
That's so messed
We've
up.
had the highs and lows.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
This-
For sure.
For sure.
This
Yeah.
is mean-spirited.
I don't like that. Like I want to say nice things about Athletic Brewing Company because they do a lot of things right, and I appreciate.
What are the
them.
parts they do right?
They a
They
lot of
donate to trails. Remember?
Yeah, they donate to trails,
You could do that
and
if you wanted to.
okay, not two
They're
million.
$2 million a year.
But
Donate skin.
Maybe if you hustled as hard as you hate.
yeah. But you know, they do a lot of things right, and I think there's a couple of really good beers that they have. And this
one.
isn't one of them. I'm not a fan. I've never had this.
It doesn't
before.
bum me out as much as Heath bums him. out,
Really?
That's for sure.
I
don't-
see the
You don't like
Irish
drinking
red part of
ashtray
it,
water
but
after
it's
a
just
rainstorm?
Not,
it's not good.
good.
Not good.
You can tell the Irish Red. I can't even tell the Irish Red.
Yeah, it comes
not-
at the end.
It's there. It's
I used
barely
to drink
there
a lot
from.
of Irish red in college.
I like red
It's
beer.
As a palate
Smittix
cleanser?
or
Smithwick's.
is it, no, it's
No.
Smittix.
Shut
Not
up.
Smith.
It's Smittix.
It's not Spanish.
Say it.
It's not Spanish.
Please stop
No,
saying everywhere.
it's cooking sit
It was some guy's name, Irish red. I
Smittix.
can't remember.
Okay, sorry.
Patty Ho Furniture?
Definitely not him.
My great
Yeah, this isn't good, guys.
It's not good.
I'm sorry.
So what do you rate it?
Rate it.
Ashtray water? Dog water?
This
Bomb
is-
water?
this
No,
is-
well,
this
first
is-
you got to rate it compared to real beers, and then versus
Would you like
non-alcoholic
a swig of
beers.
this?
No, I don't know.
I'm
No,
gonna
no,
go back.
no,
It's better
no.
than
I'm gonna
that,
go
I
back to my
promise.
South Korea.
Okay.
South Korea hasn't done any of us wrong.
I
It hasn't
think
done a lot either, right?
I give this a 3 on both scales.
We might have some
Really?
peach left.
I'm good. I'm fine.
I give
You have
this
to finish it though, remember?
for non-alcoholic beers. I give this a 4.
Oh, really? That's
For
higher
real-
than me.
That's hot.
Yes.
Okay.
Compared to real beers, I give this a 2.
Okay, so
It
average of
doesn't
3.
bump me out as bad as RJ for sure.
I don't like IPAs,
makes-
and I would take that IPA over that.
No.
It makes RJ sad. What?
Yeah, that's a sad beer.
It's a sad beer, right?
All right.
And that's why you drink beer.
To not
And
be
that's
sad.
why beer you
Right,
drink.
exactly.
That was not good either.
I don't like the Athletic Brewing
I
Company.
need to move on.
Vegas
I
Black.
need to move on. I need to move on. Yeah,
Yeah, when you burp it up, it's bad too.
this is going to turn into a bad accident soon.
Oh, speaking
Yeah.
of accidents,
Speaking, let's see, I segued into that.
that was good. That was
I
good.
love it. It's like you wrote this.
It's like, yeah,
I'm pretty sure you got there by accident.
That might have notes of roadkill in it.
Speaking of roadkill,
It's a little gamey.
so what do we got? What is it?
So you guys have had the least amount of injuries that I know of.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but both of
No.
you guys are
To
not
clarify, these are injuries.
related to cycling,
While
not
cycling.
not golfing or anything like that.
Right, or
Yeah.
or anything else.
Or,
Yeah, so
you
bedroom
know, or
activities or
bullfighting
whatever.
or something.
Yeah, we're bullfighting. I think let's see. For me,
Shit.
I I ate it on TNA one time and I hurt my shoulder.
Excuse me?
TNA is a trail.
Sorry.
I've
So,
had some injuries in that regard as well.
Yeah, in the TNA category. Good. You got to stretch more. Okay. So other than that, there was an event that somebody did that they were trying to set up a crit type race in an indoor go-kart place. We'll say.
I remember hearing about this.
Okay, so and RJ and I were there, and both of us went down.
There wasn't much grip.
There was great grip, but I clipped a pedal.
Yeah.
Oh, the
and I
turns
went
are
down.
tight. The turns are tight.
Yeah. So I clipped a pedal. I clipped my old 175s on that, and completely skinned a really nice piece of my where my tibia is. And then the dumb part was about 3 days later, I went in a jacuzzi and then I got infected. So I have a sweet scar on my left leg on that. That was probably the worst injury I've had. I usually when I mountain bike, I have a knack for ending up in a bush. I don't know what it is, but I end up in bush. Okay, that's just what I do.
For some bikes in Australia a lot.
Yeah.
Carlos likes a bush.
I end up in a bush.
He does like a bush.
And that's just where I end up
And
going.
you went down in Palm Springs, about 10 miles from the finish.
I remember that.
Okay, Tour de Palm Springs is really fun for 80 miles, for the first 80 miles, 82 miles or so.
That's every 100-mile ride.
Yeah, except for the fact that Tour de Palm Springs, the one thing that I don't like, and they did it less the last couple of years, but everything combined. So the 25
Everything
milers,
zippers in, yeah.
the 25 milers, the 50 milers, everyone doing the other lengths will exactly zipper in. And it wasn't even that person that crashed us, that crashed me and a bunch of other people. But unfortunately, I got taken out by some idiot that went down in front of me. And then I went over the bars with him, and then three other people.
Luckily, you didn't get hurt, though.
Yeah, I did taco Kenji's
wheel.
tire, though. The wheel. Sorry, yeah. He had these huge 90s, and I tacoed the hell out of those. So that was probably my worst injury. Or, well,
Most expensive crash.
Moment of silence for Kenji's 90s.
Yeah.
So you actually haven't had any serious injuries on a bike yet.
No,
Crush fingers.
yeah. Oh, God.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, I would rather not go down. Because that would be bad.
Okay, RJ?
My turn.
Yes.
One of the minor ones that I just remembered is I crashed into a cactus one time.
Oh, you got scars. Yeah.
Still have a cactus frond in my arm.
Oh, it hasn't worked itself out?
Are you
It
serious?
worked itself out. This
Those
is
really
like
small ones, it takes
Yeah.
forever to pull them out.
it's probably been about 8 years. Still hasn't come out. You can
It's
feel
meant
it
to
though.
be at this point.
And my
Feel it?
yeah, you can feel it.
Oh, jeez.
That's gross.
Cactus are mean.
Yeah. But washed out in a curve and just went right into it.
Oh.
And then my worst was 2 to 3 days in the hospital, 2 fractured ribs and a punctured lung.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Just ask him what he was doing.
What were you doing?
Mountain biking. I had a sick jump and
Was
went
it
over
sick?
the bars.
Oh.
Did you go to the hospital?
You were there, weren't you?
Yeah, but I don't remember the extent of it.
Yeah.
I didn't know the extent
We were all
of it.
messing with his chart on the
Yeah.
wall.
I had like a chest tube and a little thing that I had to carry around.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ah, man, how did I forget that one?
Good
Kind of a
time.
shitty friend. Jesus.
I know.
Right at Christmas time,
Oh,
too.
it feels better. I didn't go to the hospital at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So that was my worst.
Don't podcast.
That was
and
bad. That was really bad. That's probably the last time I went mountain biking, wasn't it?
I think I've been on my mountain bike about 2 times since then.
Yeah.
How long ago was that at this point?
2019.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
6 years ago.
So I've done more mountain biking than
Yes.
RJ
than
has.
RJ. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had quite a few injuries. I mean,
Well, before you start.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Yeah, we have some for you.
Explain these.
Yeah.
Explain the.
oh, I don't know.
Explain this.
Okay.
Is this where your fucked up thumb comes from?
I guess so.
Wait, did you actually get? No. They've always been like that, right?
Yeah,
Those
my
aren't
thumb's all-
injuries.
I was
Never
born
seen
this
the
way.
thumb.
Oh, okay. It was,
Oh,
he was
yeah.
born.
It's
Do that again. Show the thumb.
Okay, so
those aren't from-
anytime I see a sketchy line or a big rock or a jump or something like that,
What's really good about it is the angle his thumb bends at. Is
oh my god,
perfect.
you guys all have this shirt.
Yeah, we got these. Yeah, we got these made. Yeah. Curtis,
Oh my god, I'll explain. So, oh my god. Yeah, okay, Luke. Yeah, love you, buddy. Like to get courage up and everything. Like I always say, I got this, and I drop in.
And then you don't.
And then all my friends around me are always like, I don't think he's got this. Or it's like, no, this is not good.
So tell us about the time you didn't got this.
There's been a lot of times. Obviously, on riding so much mountain bike, I've skidded out probably more than I can remember.
Yeah.
Zillions of times. In fact, I used to downhill a lot too, and I'd wear a turtle suit. And you have a kind of a superhero strength when you're wearing a turtle suit because you feel like you could bounce off everything. Unless you get like a serious bad crash, you're kind of turtled up, so you feel like you're pretty good. But there has been. It's funny because some of my worst injuries are on some of the most basic stuff. And riding the most hairball stuff that I've ever been on, I've actually kind of come through the most.
Because you're being
unscathed.
careful.
No.
Because I watched you almost eat absolute shit on the Wuhan Flyer off the deck.
Classic.
That was
Classic.
totally like safe.
Yeah, your eyeballs did
You
not
almost
say
turned
safe.
the front fork into a pogo.
Yeah. Your face went, ooh,
You were over
as
the
you
bars.
went, as you went off.
Because I was super safe. I had no cycling shoes, no helmet, no alcohol. Had nothing to do with it.
Or any other potables.
But yeah, it's funny. Like the gnarlier stuff on a downhill bike or an enduro bike and riding some hairball stuff. Knock on wood, I haven't got really hurt. The things that I've gotten hurt on most is road. Actually, is kind of taking me out the most.
Really?
I caught a pedal once before, and it high-sided me, and I was scouting a crit course, Dana Point Grand Prix. If you've never heard of it, it's a pretty fast one.
You got
Of all the
you got away safe
Of all the
compared
ones
to
I've
everybody else.
raced, actually, I've had a lot of close calls in that race. I've raced it a few years in a row back in the day, and I've seen really bad crashes in that one. I was scouting it the day before, and I got a little bit too anxious, and I pedaled through a corner and caught it, and then it pitched my back wheel out, high-sided me, and wham, and broke my went like this, broke my wrist, broke my hand, broke my collarbone, the whole bit. I've done that a couple times now. So I had screws and everything.
On the intro clip, what is that screw that you had to do your hand?
So that's a different one. So I broke my collarbone.
Whole different incident.
I've had injuries from other sports too, but and then I broke this collarbone. This collarbone, I have screws and everything because I decided it wasn't healing right, and I got differences of opinions from different doctors.
Yeah.
Finally decided to have it broke and put screws and plated and reset instead of having it grow back like this.
Dang.
So it was bad. When I was recovering from that, I was at maybe the 4 or 5 week mark, and I was feeling pretty good. I went out for a cruise, and I literally was riding my cross country bike, trying to be conservative. And this is probably
Not figuring.
overcompensating, probably. Went across this little bridge over this drainage ditch that was cement, and was climbing up, and it was kind of like I had to make this chicane. Any other day of the week, I would have been fine. But I panicked because I was like, you can't go down, and stopped. And then I went for the,
Oh, no.
and I was over the ditch.
The slow tip.
And I tried to put my foot down, but I couldn't because it's deep in it. Oh. So I fell in it, and I put my arm out, and I broke my arm. And then I, then took it like this, but and so I had a compound break where the bone came through the skin. And it was bad. It went like this and everything.
Oh.
That was probably one of the worst ones I've ever had.
Even when I've been with you, there was one where you were, and there's stuff that I've said this before. You do stuff on your hardtail. I don't even want to do it on my full suspension. And we went to Oaks, and we rode, and you took a high line trying to follow Jason. Our
Jason
other
was
buddy.
moving, and he knows the trail really
Yeah,
well.
he's
And his
moving down
lines are
tracks.
usually, I think his lines aren't usually very good. So I'm like, oh, this line's way better.
Oh, so Carl takes his high line and just drops in and just boom falls. He fell so hard he popped a gel in his pocket, and it probably saved his femur.
And I actually walked away from that
Yeah,
one.
you
You know,
did.
I had a really
Hollywood
bad
blood
Charlie
packet.
horse.
Yeah,
But I didn't break any, everything. It was
right.
like,
So what I'm hearing is he needs a gel bodysuit.
Yeah, just a gel. Yeah. It was
Think of all
wild.
the ants.
Jeez.
but yeah, that's, but
So you've had a few.
I've had a few. I've had quite a few.
How about you, Ryan? You ever crashed?
So Ryan's on a different planet.
I crashed once.
I was there too for that one.
Yeah. So I've broken my tibia, femur, collarbone, so like shoulder AC joint stuff, C1, either C1 and C2 or C2 and C3, I don't remember. Both my thumbs, which are still not as fucked up as Carl's. 2 bones in my left foot. So it was like the heel, the calcaneus and the cuboid, and then
Is this one incident?
yeah. And then I lost most of the skin from my ankle to like my hip on my right
Your
side.
ass.
Yeah.
His butt cheek.
So there's a picture of my ass.
I like
that. The blood like just spells high.
High?
Yeah.
I like that.
Why does it spell high?
I don't know. I wasn't really
He was
conscious
high.
when it was happening.
Oh.
So yeah.
Wait.
Explain.
No,
One
no,
accident.
back it up. Wait, did you spell high with your own blood on your
No,
ass?
it just said. I mean,
It looks like it says high.
No, it's
It's total
very
coincidence?
clearly like I must have landed on something that had something like embossed. I don't know.
Oh.
But the bruising and everything, very like sharp
Really?
definition. Just says
Show a
high.
picture.
Yeah.
I'll
There'll be a
find-
picture of it. Show
I'll
it.
find
We'll show it
a
in
picture of
post-production,
yeah.
yeah.
If anyone wants to see a picture of my ass, it'll be somewhere here.
Okay.
So what happened? How did you have such a easy crash?
Are you allowed
Yeah.
to talk about it?
Yeah, I can talk about it. So I
Can we share
was.
footage?
He was in a lawsuit for a while there.
Yeah, no. It worked out okay.
He got hit by a car.
And I said I had concussion also, right?
No.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah.
No, but you
Funny,
could.
you forget that with the concussion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he forgets
things.
So
Yeah,
concussion as
Kind
well.
of drools on
Let's
himself.
get
We
to
don't
how
see-
you did it.
Yeah, so this was around COVID, 2020, September. I went for a ride with Pablo and Carlos. Mm-hmm. And I hadn't been riding super consistently for the weeks leading up to that. So they wanted to go do a bunch of hills and all that shit. So we went up Vista Ridge and then came down Ridge
And where
Park.
is this Vista Ridge?
Newport Coast.
It's on. So when you get to the top of Newport Coast, you kind of crest. It rolls down a little bit, and then there's a neighborhood on the right that you can turn in, and then it just goes up. It's pretty
It's
steep.
steep.
It's probably
It's like
15.
9 to 12%.
Yeah, Ridge Park. Are you talking about Ridge Park?
Yep.
No,
that
Vista
neighborhood.
Ridge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's coming down Ridge Park though.
Yeah, so it's
Oh,
going down.
you're
Ridge.
you're moving.
Yeah. So my Garmin data when I got hit, I was doing 42.
And you can hit 50 going down that.
I've hit 60 on that road.
Yeah, because I
Oh my
was.
God.
So basically,
That's crazy.
they both completely just dropped me, and by the time I got to the top, I was just kind of gassed, and I'm just like, all right, well, whatever. Let's kind of take a breather at the top. So I remember I have a picture from that we took, out over the, you can see from
The vista.
from the vista, yes, from the top of Vista Ridge. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start rolling down ahead of the other guys because I figured they were just gonna ride right past me again. And we were just headed back to our car. We had parked over at Bill Barber Park. So as I'm coming down, I hear some sirens. And the sirens, I just figured, whatever. It's getting towards the end of the workday. Somebody's, getting pulled over off Newport Coast. Because a lot of people drive like idiots up that. Turns out the driving like an idiot was not someone on Newport Coast. It was a local resident who had left the house drunk. And, so she was running away from the police and just happened to turn into the neighborhood that I was passing at that time. So I got hit head on by her, and then I wound up.
I didn't know she was drunk. I didn't know that part of this story. That's interesting.
She was
Yeah.
really drunk.
She was,
Yeah, so-
she was drunky drunk.
Yeah, so I found out probably like a year later that she actually didn't have any recollection of hitting me. She didn't. Yeah, so she didn't know she hit me, and there's
So you hit the
audio-
lottery on that one.
Close. So there's and I didn't know until later, but there was audio from the cop car that we got in the subpoena where they're like, "Do you have any idea what you did?" And she's like, "No." And they're like, "You nearly killed somebody," and she had no idea. So anyhow,
How many
according
somersaults?
I don't know.
Oh, too many.
Anyhow, according to the police report, I landed 97 feet from where I got hit.
That's a long way.
It was a small sedan. It was a small little coupe.
Yeah, it was a 3 Series BMW.
Yeah, and if it hadn't been that, like he'd be dead.
If it was
So
an
he
SUV,
went-
I would have gone into the grill.
yeah, no, he would have died. Like so,
You went over the hood then.
Yeah, he hit it and just freaking flew.
Yeah, so he was right behind and watched the whole thing happen. It was funny because when I was in the hospital after the fact, I'm calling everybody to be like, hey, first of all, I'm not going to make it to work tomorrow. But I called Pablo, who was riding with us, and I'm like, I'm actually most worried about Carlos. I'm like, I don't want to like destroy his hobby for him, and because I'm just
He's
immediately
gonna be
thinking
scarred
like,
for life.
well, no, like he's got a family and
It was
kids,
scary.
and like I didn't want his wife to be like, you're never doing this again,
Yeah.
and then have it be more.
I gotta tell you, you know what saved me that day was rim brakes, and I'll tell you why.
Please do.
Rim brakes and carbon clenchers saved me that day, right? Because they were the carbon clenchers that you gave me.
Okay.
Which were horrible.
Yes, they were. For braking purposes, they were horrible.
What?
Yeah. It's the thing. Carbon clenchers and rim brakes saved me because I never go down that hill. I did not have disc brakes at the time. You did.
So you don't want to go
Pablo-
that fast because you don't want to put
Pablo
yourself
did.
in that position.
Yeah, and I would always ride behind because I did
melt
not
the
have any
rims.
stopping power at all. When Ryan got hit, Pablo somehow swerved out of the way. I slammed my brakes so hard that day that it ripped through my tire and my tube. Like I popped it immediately. It was insane.
Wow, you didn't go down, huh?
I did not. Back tire went, "Rrrr," and then I
From
stopped.
skidding it popped it, or how did you pop
Yes,
it?
from skidding it.
Yeah, there's video of that part happening.
Yeah,
Wow.
Can you allowed to share that?
I'm not gonna show the video. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've shown like friends and stuff, but
But that doesn't.
Yeah. So
because she continues running,
Oh.
and then
Oh.
yes,
and then throws a vodka bottle out the window.
All of this is on police cam, by the way.
I'm not.
Oh, the
okay.
police are already there.
How have I
And the
not
police
shown
are
you
chasing
this?
them.
Okay.
It was bad.
I
It was
didn't
really.
really. Okay,
it was really
okay.
bad. It was really
I
bad.
don't think I heard this
Post
full
video,
story.
I'll show you the video.
Okay,
But yeah, she hits me, doesn't stop, opens the gate, so she's like waiting there. The cops think she's stopping, but then as soon as the gate opens,
She's waiting for the gate.
She continues in.
Oh my gosh.
She
And
turns
there's
into.
what, 5 cop cars? There's like multiple.
No, there's only I think
2 or 3.
It was
there was
two.
two
at that
cop
point.
cars. Yeah, because one stayed back
Still.
where I was, and then the other one continued to pursue
Follow her.
Yeah.
She kept going down through a small neighborhood, small gated community.
Right.
Gets to the end of the. Excuse me. Before she gets to the end of the little roundabout cul-de-sac, she chucks a bottle of vodka out the window to try and get it into a trash can. On
What
the
did
side
she
of the
know
road.
at that point? Did she know a cop was on her and she was trying to get rid of it?
Yeah,
Well,
bro.
she was evading because
gotcha.
because
Okay.
when the police chase started was when the cops rolled up to her. Her son had basically like trapped her in the park at the bottom of the hill at Ridge Park.
He was trying to help.
And then as soon as the cops showed up, she like drove up on the curb and then you know, began the chase in earnest.
Wow.
Yeah.
So much drama.
So then she ends up getting to the end of the street after she chucks the bottle of vodka. And then the cop is like, to hell with this, I'm just going to block her way. So she drives into the cop car and then ends up getting pulled out at gunpoint.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's a way better story than I had. Can I make a t-shirt for you now?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, it's gonna say. It's gonna
just
say.
a guy flying.
It's gonna say. Let's go do hills today. Yeah.
I'm not big on hill repeats since then.
Yeah.
We'll show a picture of your bike. We have that.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
No. My favorite part of the story was, first of all, thank God you're okay, really, like, because that freaked me out. And then my favorite part was fire. The fire department shows up. moves the pieces of your bike, moves the evidence so they can pull over. And I said, what the hell are you doing? You're moving the evidence. And he goes, I'm more worried about that guy there and making sure I save his life. And I was like, you could have parked right here. And so he moves all the evidence.
Which was funny because when I landed and I came to, I remember thinking like, okay, well, we're just going to go through the normal crash procedures, which I've had a bunch of bad crashes in other sports. So like you go through to make sure your body is still working. So like I move my feet. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not paralyzed. Good day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there had been 2 or 3 other people to me while I was on the ground at that point before the firefighters got there. So
Anyways,
anyhow,
that was a good one. That's a good story. I like it.
Let's hope that that's the worst any of us
Ever have to deal with.
not going to
Yes.
You get one too.
Do I get one too?
Yeah.
Anybody want to feel my?
Now you got this.
Yeah.
Anybody want to feel my cactus?
Can I actually feel it?
That's be
something
careful where you
anyway.
say that, RJ.
That's really gross. You should get that removed.
I know. Like
Wait,
an
hold on.
X-Acto blade will take care
No,
of
So
it.
you
hold
got
on.
an
No, hold on. I got. Come here. No,
Yeah. Like have a couple more of those.
yeah, you're fine. Yeah. Hey, or a couple more of these.
Yeah,
Let's do something. Yeah, alcohol disinfects.
All right, later. We'll do it later. We'll do it.
Anyways,
off camera.
we're out of here. This has
right.
been a long one.
That's a good one.
All right. Well, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
And if you all want us to rate some beers, let us know.
Yes, we'd love to hear some.
Put your thumb in the shirt.
Just
Yeah.
watch something.
Show some of the. Look at that.
We've got this.
And we're out. We're out of here. I got that. We're out
He's
of
got negative angle.
Sure doesn't do it justice.
All right.